me, Professor Evergreen? Do you have a moment to talk?
Oh, hello! Yes, please, come in, come in!
Thank you.
But of course, you're always welcome into my humble abode. Say, did you give that new trainer those potions like I asked?
I did, and that's actually kind of what I wanted to talk to you about.
What, do you think they're not enough? The Pokemon in this area aren't that strong.
See, it's less of what I was giving out, and more who I was giving it to.
You mean the new trainer?
I mean the child that doesn't even look like they're old enough to be in high school. Yes.
I'm not following.
Well, sometimes you get kids that are just about to go into high school, and then other times you get kids that are literally just turning 10 on the day of their new adventure.
Well, don't you see it's a win-win? They get to explore the world, and we get our encyclopedia filled out.
And we can't use adults because...
Because adults tend to have two main responsibilities. And they don't work for free.
So we're promoting child labor.
No! Free education! The children will get to learn all the lovely details about the Pokemon they capture in these little balls.
Speaking of which, hasn't it occurred to you and the professors of all the other regions that these amazing devices, these devices that when come in contact with other creatures, shrink them down to microscopic proportions, could be misused? You know, like if a child accidentally used it against an adult? Or worse, if an adult purposely used it against a child?
But of course! We're not called the Pokemon professors for nothing. Pokemon and humans have different DNA builds, so we purposely designed the Pokeballs to lock onto the Pokemon DNA. That way people won't be at risk.
Then how do you explain all the missing child reports that we hear about every single day?
Well, it can't actually be child predators. That'd just be ridiculous. This is the world of Pokemon after all. It's the most family-friendly world of them all.
You have a point. I did not think about that. The worst I've ever seen an adult try to do is flood the entire world.
Now you see how ridiculous that idea is? It's just silly. They're probably just getting too close to Drifloon.
Drifloon?
Oh yeah, we actually just put that one into our Pokédex recently. They're called the Signposts of Wandering Spirits. Children that grab them often disappear. What? You know, that could be one of the many reasons why we keep hearing so many reports of missing children. And you send out underage trainers knowing this? Alright, now calm down, it's not that bad. Why do you think I waited till they're 10 years old to go out on an adventure? By then they weigh too much so the Drifloon can't drag them away. They're perfectly safe.
Oh, yeah, safe. Especially with Pokemon like Pillow Sand out there, which will take control if anyone puts their hand in their mouth, absorb them, and then bury their bones beneath the sand for the rest of eternity!
Well, why do you think we tell them about the Pokeballs in the first place? So they can capture these Pokemon and figure this information out for themselves.
That information won't do them any good if they don't capture the body and soul-absorbing Pokemon first. Speaking of which, how are you expecting them to afford Pokeballs in the first place?
By battling other trainers? How else?
So what? Every trainer puts down a bet before every battle? Are we teaching children to gamble now? Or are we having them literally straight up mug other trainers?
It's not my job to worry about their safety. I'm a professor. I only care about the knowledge. All I know is as long as I give them a new Pokemon and the Pokeballs, that they are perfectly fine on their own.
Because giving kids access to such dangerous creatures is such a brilliant idea.
Well, I don't see the problem with that. Parents give their kindergartners Pokemon all the time to play with, and those kids usually use their Pokemon to battle.
Yeah! Small Pokemon! Like Zigzagoons and Pidgeys! Now they're all counterparts! Remember that story of that one kid in Johto? Joey, I think is his name.
You mean that boy that kept getting onto the New Block News? Yeah, I do remember him actually. I mean, how could you not know of the great Joey? His Rattata was the top percentage of Rattatas.
And then eventually he evolved into Eradicate, which immediately hyperfaned someone's foot clean off!
Okay, so one kid lost control of his Eradicate. That doesn't mean every kid's gonna make the same mistakes. Besides, the children that I'm sending are much older. Yeah, that's it. They're much older. Much more wise, even. They should be able to handle Pokemon such as a Raticate or a Pidgeot or, you know, even a Charizard.
Oh, and Pokemon like this.
It seems perfectly fine.
Oh, really now?
Hoshi!
Yeah, totally safe for children.
Well, you know, in light of this conversation, I gotta go. Abra to me! Ah!
I quit.